So, Nvidia 3000 series, right? Amazing, great price, great performance. Nvidia are like they are right now with us. They are the good guys. They are doing stuff for us gamers. They are not doing for stuff for themselves. They are not doing business. They are for us, right? Well, no, you're wrong. They are here for business and they're here for making money. And this is why I think the 3000 series is Nvidia's secret master plan. So let's talk about that. And before talking about the 3000 series, let's talk about the 10,000, where it all started. The 10,000 series was Nvidia's one of the greatest GPUs till this date. It was a superior upgrade from the last generation 900 series, and not only it was a very much powerful, but also it was cheap. And talking about the leap it took, it was really amazing. The high end flagship series or flagship GPUs like the 1080 Ti was one of those GPUs which, yes, we can see that 4K gaming is on the horizon. It wasn't like, I'm not saying it is 100% capable of 4K gaming, but we can still see, yes, it is possible in like 3 to 4 years, and right now it is slowly becoming possible. And not only 1080 Ti, some of 10 series lower end cards like the 1050 Ti or the 1050 was like it was Nvidia's the 50 series was and is Nvidia's the lower end, like the lowest end GPUs, where it's like if you don't have a lot of money but you want to still game, then 50 series is for you. But in that 50 series, the 1050 Ti was a phenomenal GPU at its price. Like I can 100% say that the 1050 Ti and the 1070 was the best bang for buck GPUs in the whole 10 generation series or 10 generation family, whatever you want to say. The 1050 Ti was that much great and that much powerful. And also, if you don't have any money, like you are making a totally bare bones PC, but you want to still play games, then the GT 1030 was not a bad option till then. Like it, like I won't suggest anybody to buy a GT 1030 to play games, but if you like have nothing, well, get a GT 1030. It will at least serve you a little bit. But then came 20 series. It was a marginal to a little bit improvement when it comes to the rasterization performance, but it was a great improvement on ray tracing. The ray tracing performance was much better than the 10 series, and it was obvious because 10 series doesn't have any dedicated hardware built into them in the GPUs that it will give you good ray tracing performance, or it will render those ray traced frames. But in the other hand, the 20 series had RT cores which are specially made to push those ray traced frames. But the price wasn't great. It was high. Like to get the flagship gaming model, which was the 2080 Ti, you have to spend more than $1,000. And at the end of the day, the ray tracing performance, yes, it was better than the 10 series, but it wasn't serviceable for us gamers. At 1080p in 30 to 60 frames, like even sometime lower than 30 frames, with 2080 Ti wasn't cutting for us. Like it wasn't a good RTX or ray traced graphics card. And there were not a lot of ray traced games back then when the 2080 Ti launched, or 2 years ago. Right now, yes, there are a bunch of games. Like right now Fortnite is supporting ray tracing, although I don't know why people going to use ray tracing in Fortnite, because that's a competitive multiplayer game and you need more and more frames. Like the more frames you get, the better it is, but enabling ray tracing is kind of counterintuitive. So I don't know. But then comes the 30 series. It not only promising us that it is going to be a much better performer when it comes to ray tracing performance, but it also going to be a much better rasterizing GPU, or like it's going to be better in normal gaming. And for an example, as per Nvidia, the RTX 3070 is going to be better than the 2080 Ti, and the 2080 Ti was priced at $1,000 or more than $1,000. And the but just 3070 is going to be $500. So why? Again, why is the question. AMD, Nvidia is doing, they just, are they want to do charity or what? Well, there is a reason for that. Right now, the biggest marketing push for Nvidia is the ray tracing. This is their, or like the main feature of their new GPUs. Yes, they are better in like ray tracing performance and stuff, or rasterization performance and stuff, but the main goal is to get more and more people in ray tracing. And if you ask why, well, if like there were no people playing games in ray tracing or ray traced games, then developers won't support ray tracing, because that is not feasible. They have to put in development time, money, and at the end of the day nobody was using it, so it's like waste of money and time. So developer won't put ray tracing games or ray tracing features on their game. And if developers won't put or add ray tracing features in their games, the normal gamers, us, won't buy GPUs which have ray tracing performance in them. But why Nvidia have to do this? The question is why. Well, just to be ahead of the curve. Let me give you an example. For years and years in CPU market, Intel was the one and only choice for a lot of people. But at the end of the day, Intel CPUs aren't that much great. 4 cores, and telling those 4 core CPUs as the best that the technology can make, it wasn't that great. And the reason was lack of competition. AMD wasn't making great CPUs and Intel got comfortable. And let's check what happened in past few years. AMD just came out of the blue, introduced Ryzen, and right now Intel not only have a very tough competition, in certain case AMD is a much superior product, and Nvidia knows that any GPU or any manufacturer, in that case whether it's AMD or Intel, they can make a better GPU than Nvidia, and then the whole crowd is going to shift, because us gamers, we need good performance. We are like, not a lot of our fanboys, or like a lot of people are kind of a fanboy to a certain brand, but hey, if we are getting more performance at lesser money, it doesn't matter which company it is coming from, we just need to game. So this is one of the biggest reasons that Nvidia wants to stay ahead of the curve by introducing ray tracing in their GPUs. And can't AMD or Intel add ray tracing features in their GPUs later date? Yes, they can, obviously, and I think at a certain point they have to. But remember one thing, Nvidia, when AMD or Intel introduce those ray tracing features in their GPUs, Nvidia was already developing their RT cores and ray tracing performance in their GPUs, and already have gotten better in that technology. And not only that, developers are slowly supporting Nvidia's ray tracing cores or RT cores better than AMD's RT cores, or whatever they're going to name it. And a lot of things, a lot of performance depends on your optimization. If developers are optimizing certain things, then in that certain area, that certain hardware is going to perform better. Like for an example, developers a few years back weren't that much crazy about SSDs, and yes, SSD can have a significant performance improvement in your loading times, but it won't affect your overall gaming experience. But slowly, after like with the come like with like the PS4s and PS5s and the Xbox are coming with that great SSD technology, now developers have to think and optimize SSDs for their new games. And that's how the whole technology goes ahead. And and this is what Nvidia is trying to do. They are trying to push the technology. That's how more people are going to adapt this technology. And because Nvidia was doing it for a long time, or let's assume it's the second generation RT cores, who knows that when Nvidia or AMD launch their ray tracing or RT cores equivalent GPUs, Nvidia could be in fourth or fifth generation. It could happen, honestly, although I don't think that it's gonna be fourth or fifth. I think the after the big Navi, we are going to see some ray tracing features from AMD, or who knows, Lisa Su could come out on stage and say like, guys, we have ray tracing. Yes, AMD RX cards, Radeon cards now support ray tracing, or they could like get some crazy name like RX Radeon, like Raytheon, like Raytheon. Got it? Ray. It's not Dion. It's tracing Tion. Okay, it was a bad joke. But hey, at the end of the day, time will tell what would happen, and I will be there for you to tell you what happens or what happened in future, in my future videos. And to know that, you have to subscribe this channel. And if you like the video, hit the like button. If you don't, leave it a dislike. That works for me. And if you want to watch more videos from us, check out this video right here. And as I said, subscribe. You can do it by here also, or you can go down there. And this is Akash, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.